What's up guys and welcome to another track guide. This week we're at Suzuka and this is a much needed breath of fresh air in LFM. The last few weeks have been a little bit problematic in terms of racing, but I'm expecting great things about this week. I haven't really had this much fun in a hot lapping session in a long time, so I'm pretty excited to race here. So one thing we need to keep in mind is that this is a Formula 1 circuit, so it's really big, it's really wide, and we don't really need to use all of the track the entire time. Since we're driving the Mazda, it's not really a fast car, so we don't really need to maximize every single line around the track. So, with that said, coming into the first corner, so a little bit after this tarmac strip here, we're gonna start lifting off the gas, but we're not really trying to fully brake here yet. We're gonna leave our braking for the later part of the corner, because that's where we want to have our maximum rotation point around the corner. So we're just gonna slowly taper off the gas and start braking by the middle of this curb. So really gentle braking here. We don't really need to stomp the brakes. We're just trying to slowly shave off some speed and we're gonna go down the gears into third gear. So patience is gonna be the key thing around this corner. You kind of need to let the car coast a little bit so it's keeping the speed up and just rolling around the corner and waiting for the time to get on the gas. You can see on my traces app here that I stepped the brakes twice. That's just because I wanted to get the nose in a little bit more. So getting hard on the gas. You can use all of the track here, it's not a problem. It's gonna be from corner to corner, sometimes it will go wide, sometimes it won't. But don't be worried if you start going wide. So this is a really tricky section around this track, even in the Mazda, being that it's a really low powered car. But we really need to maximize our lines here so we can go fast. So coming into T2, we want to use all of available track here, go all the way out, and just keep it floored through this first part of this section, and just graze the inside curb here because it's going to allow you to get a better line for the second one. I don't really recommend using the curves on the other ones, it's just that this one in specific kind of helps you to get a better line. Doing some small lifts here and there just to keep the car in trajectory and not really going wide. So that's going to take some adjusting and it's going to be a feeling thing from lap to lap. So as you can see, it's a really flowy section and it's kind of one big corner. Kind of need to turn left while thinking about the right hand corner. So don't really go too wide, keep it a nice trajectory for the next one and just flow through it. You're gonna need to practice it a little bit. I think my setup is gonna be really crucial this week. I'm not just saying that to make you join my Discord, but I really think that I maximize the front end grip for this section and it's really hard to get through it fast without it. So a couple key things, just stay off the curbs, don't really go too wide in every corner, and don't be afraid to let off the gas to make it through. So for this corner, you can use a little bit of the curb. Since it's flat in the first few centimeters, it only goes up from the middle to the left. And just position your left wheels here and you're gonna be able to go through this corner at full speed. So for this corner, it's not really a hard one, you just need to time it right. A big lift here will really help you, and if you abuse the curb a little bit too much, it's gonna kick you in a weird way and you're not gonna be able to keep the car planted. So just position your right side wheels over the curb, but not more than that. So here, you see this lighter patch and then these two blocks of darker green stuff. This is going to be our reference point for the braking. You need to start braking by this first square here. And we don't really want to brake too hard, and this is a corner that we need to let the car coast to. So just keep the car in a nice trajectory. Don't abuse the curb on the inside here, because you're also going to get a weird collision and a bad kick. So let's go through it. If you're gonna take the curb, make sure you take the curb at half throttle, just to give it some forward momentum and alleviate some of that load from the front end of the car. So here, this red square is going to be our reference point for the braking. It starts a little bit before these tire marks. We're just going to brake hard, go into second, and release the brakes and let the car roll through the corner. We don't really want to get the car parked here. We want to keep the speed up. So you're going to see here that I brake hard and just let the car coast and get hard on the power. So this is what I mean by not really needing to use the perfect line. You can see that I'm hugging the inside and I'm just trying to minimize the length of the track here. Really crucial corner here. This is really important because it's kind of tricky to get right in the beginning and it leads to a big straight. So you see this green stuff here that starts on the right. We want to start braking and going down into fourth as soon as we get to it. Again, we're not trying to brake hard, we're just trying to shave off some speed, and you're gonna see again that I'm just dabbing the brakes just to get the front in. So our turning point for this corner is gonna be a reference in the literal sense of the word. I don't really have a marking on the track or anything, but where this curb ends, we want to be well underway in our turning point. This stab of throttle that I did here kind of screwed me through this corner. You can see that I'm kind of away from the apex. I thought that I was going too close to the curb, but I was wrong. So if I didn't do that, I would be able to get closer to the curb and have a better apex. But otherwise, just stab the throttle and let the car wash to the outside. $130R is gonna be easy flat, no secret here. Again, really important corner. This gravel trap is gonna be our reference point for the braking. So just as the gravel trap here ends, we're gonna go hard into the brakes and down into second gear. By this point, we're trying to drop the brakes and induce a little bit of rotation on the car. Our aim here is to kind of go over this curb, but not with the entire car, only the right side wheels. And as soon as we're over the curbs, we're gonna go hard on the power. You can see here that I dropped the power again. I was trying to be overly cautious to not ruin the lap, but you don't really need to let off. But if you feel like you're over speeding into this corner, just let off the power, it's not really going to hurt you. And again, ending the lap, trying to minimize the length of the track. And this was a lap around Suzuka. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want my setup, just join my community on Discord where you'll find my setup, my one-on-one coaching sessions, challenges, tips, special events, and many more stuff that we're currently working on to give you a better experience on our community. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.